I haven't seen this many people hyped for a tuner monster, actually hyped for a lot of things coming here in the near future. Alright, to the 30% of you that have not smashed the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button, smash it so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So I want to bring up a little topic of discussion here, because there's a lot of hype right now, which would be around our July/August set for Duelist Nexus. And we know, what, like 8 cards out of this set so far? And people are just kind of, they're looking around right now and they're going, did you know that we're getting Gloat Bulb 2 Electric Boogaloo? Well, I haven't seen a community this hype. Like, I knew that, like, the Synchro community, like, existed because, you know, you always have the people that are like, oh my god, you know, like, I can do, like, all these cool Synchro plays. And, you know, the Shooting Quasar, like, Deck Turbo community just went dormant for a little while. Well, it appears now that these new cards have been revealed, players are kind of taking time to analyze these combos and look at this deck. Now, with the Crimson Dragon stuff, oh my gosh, did you know that they can play around Nibiru now? That's the big thing that so many people have looked at this deck and they're like, oh, this deck is so trash. You know, like, if anything happens to the Junk Speeder, you pick your cards up and walk away. Well, sometimes that is true. Sometimes. But not all of the time. And that's actually, like, the most interesting thing that's going around here is I actually sat down and watched an entire, like, multiple combos playing around Space Rock, and watching this deck do its thing. Very, very beautiful. Now, of course, you've got Crossout Designator, Called by the Grave, things like that to play around other hand traps, depending on the variation of this. But these new Synchro cards really did make this deck a lot more consistent. Now, the reason why I bring up the little mini Power Tool looking Gloat Bulb guy is because there was an idea that Slacker Magician posted that was like playing Alistair the Invoker and the ability to blow up your field spell to make the Ancient Fairy Dragon with the Alistair, and you can step on into a Crystal Wing, blow it up. So I think you were ending on like Disc Coliseum with Regulus, with the Crystal Wing, and a Makaba. Does that seem crazy? I mean, not really, but it was a 2-card investment. Think about that, all right? Think about that. Ending on a Makaba, a Crystal Wing, and, you know, a Regulus with a Negate. Doesn't seem too shabby to me, but I think people, I'm genuinely just excited to see that people are excited for the stuff to come. Now, we don't know anything else about this set. Probably in about a week or so, we'll start to get more news on Duelist Nexus, and a lot more people will be excited for this because the set drops in April. You're still about 6 weeks out at this point, but I guarantee you, if those 9 cards just made people this excited for the chance to play the deck, that's amazing. Now remember, we have Cyberstorm Access coming along here. The entire Purely community is just jumping at the chance to get the draw card and to get the second cat. Alright. Big disclaimer here, if you haven't picked up your Purely stuff and you're like, oh, you know, I'll wait. I mean, the cards can only go up from here, right? Like, if you're looking at the cats right now and you're like, hey, this deck... I love my favorite argument from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player base. This deck's gonna fail in the TCG. There's no reason to pick it up. I love the amount of copium that these players are literally having because it is hilarious just to see them be like, nah. You know, I always bring up the thing that the OCG does drive a lot of the TCG mentalities. Strange concept, right? It really... there's no way that would actually happen, right? Well, contrary to popular belief, it does drive a lot of the ideas that you do see at the current point. Whether or not you want to believe that or not, they are different formats at this stage, but a lot of the ideas and a lot of the deck building concepts are translatable. I say that a lot in every video, but you still get the comments going, I do not believe in that! That is bad! Whatever people gotta tell themselves to sleep at night. Like, it is genuinely a very interesting thing to see at the end of the day. But nonetheless, it's what we're looking forward to right now. The Purely community, honestly, the fact you can also play Volcanic Shell in this deck. Actually, the fact that you are playing Volcanic Shell in this deck, I wouldn't want to touch this deck without playing the Volcanic Shell variant, because all those spell cards essentially take discards in order to get like your maximum value. And guess what? Volcanic Shell just doesn't care. But when the big cat comes out and it's pissing and purring at you because it's got, you know, umpteen materials, and now it's in unaffectedville, and your opponent's like, good luck, man. He's just like, I wish you the best of luck out there. And you look down at the damn thing and you're like, yeah, I didn't open the Kaiju next game, Duelist. That's kind of what we got going on there. Now we also have the Volcanic Duelist pack out here coming up. Oh wait, it's just Duelist Pack Pyro. We don't know anything about it whatsoever. You know, if there's not volcanic support in there, I know a lot of people are going to be very upset. To be honest with you, I think your themes are basically going to be volcanics, and then hopefully Battle and Boxers are going to be covered in there as well. Battle and Boxers have been forgotten about for so long. I don't even know what you give to Battle and Boxers right now to make them better, but they're probably going to have some sort of Exceed upgrade. Well, I mean, you can technically give them a new upgraded numbers monster. That's kind of what they've been doing with the numbers as of late. If you guys haven't noticed, they'll go through and they'll revise, you know, some sort of old numbers monster, and like, oh, it's new and fancy, guys. Look, we slapped a new coat of paint on that bad boy right there. Don't you like that? It's awesome now. And you're just like, I guess. I mean, like, it's about as exciting as you can really get at this stage, you know? But my biggest concern right now is it's just, is it really gonna be worth it? You know, the Duels pack will probably bring Blaster back to the table as well. I know a lot of people are very excited just to have Blaster back, but it's not gonna do anything like it did in Master Duel, which is kind of a big disappointment at the end of the day, because, you know, Master Duel was gearing up to like, oh my gosh, Blaster, this card's so busted now. And what did it do? Like, it's a card that you can tech in every fire deck and then get the chance to blow something up, but people are hyped to have another Dragon Roller back. The biggest problems are like Tidal and Redux. Honestly, I just don't know why Blaster's been locked up for as long as he has that, but there is a lot of hype circulating around that right now. And of course, we don't have a structure deck announcement. I figured by this point that they would have announced the Chaos Dragon structure deck. But I kind of have a feeling that we're going to get a Yugi and Kaiba remake this year. Remember, this is the 25th. Konami is not going to pass up the free chicken nuggies out here to give us a new Kaiba and Yugi boss monsters wrapped up in a structure deck. That just sounds like Konami's going to do that. I don't know why they wouldn't, but to be honest with you, they've been revisiting a lot of these other characters, and they've been doing fantastic jobs with these remakes that they've done so far. But with the 25th anniversary, with Duelist Nexus being the first one here, I have a feeling you're going to get a lot of revisiting of more old themes, which is fine. I mean, I'm cool with this year being the gear up for the 25th. The pot collection's got a lot of hype. By the way, if you haven't pre-ordered your pot collection, your timer is running down. I believe it's at the end of the month that they're calling it quits on those. So a little bit of a warning / heads up there. But man, oh man, there's so many things coming up here. I love the fact that they're doing a lot more merch now with the figures as well. I'm really hyped for a lot of that. But my biggest question here is, what are you excited about? What are these things that genuinely have your interest right now? Because kind of looking at everything right now, we're in a position to where we know a lot of what's going on. We just kind of reached the point that like everything's kind of synchronized, it feels like, at this stage. But hopefully, I mean, whenever we get our Gate Guardian reveals here, we'll be very curious. I highly doubt they're going to change the game in any way, shape, or form, but that'll set the stage for, you know, Japan's extra booster pack, along with some other stuff. Hopefully Duelist Nexus does live up to the hype, though. I'm just hoping that we get something really left field for this 80 card set that's just going to kind of make people look around and go, holy moly, man, like, they really did change the landscape of the game. Hopefully some Altergeist support too. Geist needs some upgrades at this stage. I don't know what Konami's doing out here. Really, you know, kind of dropping the ball, but it's been a little bit. So what are you most excited about? Figures, you know, the new Globe Bulb. Are you excited for the Duelist Pack Power? Are you excited for Pureleys? What has you, well, I guess you can also be excited for the second support for Gold Pride and Captain Carey's Chariot. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you. go!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.